Hello. I'm the Paper Pundit. Today, literally, maybe 5 minutes ago, the Knicks-Pacers game ended. 5 minutes ago. I'm moving my mic. And my camera. It's both. They just lost. Shocking. And I think it's a good time for me to put down on paper a concept that has been with me with sports for about 5 years. Just a term. A lot of times when I'm watching sports, I'll think of a term. Now, sometimes those terms will be named after somebody, right? And sometimes there'll be random names, it feels like, but there's one called Moky Doky Syndrome. And that is the topic of discussion. Now, I don't have a good definition of this. So if you're hoping for me to give you, if you're hoping for total closure on what causes these things, I don't know if you'll get that. Maybe you will. I have not put it on paper before. And usually I find that when I put something on paper, I see it in new ways a lot. Maybe I'll learn something about Moky Doky Syndrome. Just by writing it down. So what is Moky Doky Syndrome? Well, it's a tendency. We'll call it that, a tendency. Is tendency with an A or an E? I actually don't care. Man, fucking pen. Gotta look it up. You're gonna have to be patient. What is this? I'm pretty sure it's an E. Tendency towards, how do I put this? A tendency towards really close games. A tendency towards, this is going to be our official definition. And it's going to be vague. Tendency is kind of a vague term. Not that vague of a term, it's clearly a trend, it's a pattern. It's a little less describable, when you call something a pattern, it's almost intentional. Tendency might be unintentional, which is an important part of this. A tendency towards close games, close finishes. Let's call them close finishes. Or, I got the name from a player in a different sport that always goes to 5 games. They play best of 5 series. So I always said a tendency towards game 5. We'll just call it a tendency towards close finishes. Finishes with an E in there, right? Fuck it. A tendency towards close finishes. So basically, what happens with people who have Moky Doky Syndrome, and this is not a basketball specific thing. You see Moky Doky Syndrome all over the place. Now, again, you don't have a clear idea of what causes it. Okay, I have a lot of psychological terminology where I have a clear idea of why this player is this type of player. Sometimes it's really fucking obvious. Right? And it's true. The tall guys don't move as well in tennis. There's a weak, Anyway, if you see a tall guy, you know they have these weaknesses because they're tall. And sometimes you watch a player play and you're like, I see a Moky Doky Syndrome guy. You can see it just if they're tall. Every match they just have these crazy comebacks and crazy collapses and tight finishes always. It's they're tired of it. It's that's I think my best theory. What causes it? What causes it? Question mark. Our official stance. Okay? I'm going to capitalize the O real big. Official stance. I don't know. IDK. Oh, we want the I to be lowercase. Why? Because I come from the Asada school of writing. Official stance, IDK. Best guess? A mix of boredom and disappointment and... Okay, so 3 things. I've got 3 things. Let's just write them down for now. They're not in any order. Like this one is not the main one. I'm just writing down all of them. That's the benefit of writing down shit. Best guess? Option, like, ingredient 1. Best guess. Oh, I'm going to put ingredients. Shit. Fuck. Ingredients. That's something I'll get better at in episode 2. Ingredients. 1. Boredom. 2 would be what? Complacency? Is that also, like, with boredom? Do I do it as slash? We have to more define boredom, because we can't just say boredom. Obviously, they're not bored. No, this is an excuse. Okay, that's why it popped in my head. Moky Doky Syndrome comes from a game where people are basically little babies compared to the NBA players in terms of, like, anyway. They use boredom as an excuse. They say, I choked because I got bored, my opponent started playing lame, whatever. So I don't know if but we'll put complacency. This is a complicated one. And maybe it is the number 1. Where, like, you just have, like, it's over. Your brain says it's over. Me, as an audience member, I'm like, it's over. Everybody's brain does that. Like, okay, this game's over. At some point, everybody's got a breaking point, bro. My breaking point was down, what was it, 14? With 2 minutes left? The fuck? It's like being up 25 with only 1.5 quarters left if you're Atlanta. Okay? Now it's at 1 basketball game. That's why basketball is better. One of the many, many reasons basketball is better than the NFL. The playoffs actually get, like, to figure out who the better team is. Because we get to play a best of 7. It's not decided on 1 choke. Best guess ingredients. Boredom, complacency, some sort of physical drop-off. Completion. That's a good term. Maybe we put that at 2. No, we don't know. We don't know. These are all talking about sort of the feelings of it. Completion. 2. What did I say? Boredom. Am I doing this wrong? Should complacency be 2 and completion be 3? That seems way better. But, fuck it. 2. I think completion is part of the physical side of it, too. Completion means, when I'm saying that, it means they've finished. It's over. The game is over, I've finished. My brain, I've had the physical, the moment where my brain thought it's over and believed it. Your body starts to relax. Your body starts to change. Okay, you've reached completion and now you've moved on to a new thing. Complacency, no, I should put these in order like this. Alright, we're just gonna mark all this out. Complacency. Oh my god, I'm fucking up everything. Complacency. Complacency. Oh my goodness. That was a big hit. No. My first one's gonna have lots of this. This is a good sign that my TV show about sports is good. That episode 1, I'm gonna see my growth here. 2, complacency. Complacency. 3. Completion. 4. Is there 4? Ooh. No, but that's the opponent usually responds when your Moky Doky Syndrome starts to show up. You're up by too much, and you sort of disappointment was the other one. I knew it. Disappointment. That's an important one too. I knew I was missing an important one. Disappointment. That's a good one. That one matters. You kind of are disappointed. If you're one of these gamers, and I know that term is like lame or whatever, but like Brunson, to me, Brunson falls into the category of when I never use the word gamer, but I'm using it now. Brunson falls into my category, my definition of that word, my connotations. Where like he's just always gaming, like he's going. He's like one of my favorite players. Some guys, they're going and they're not going. They're going and they're not going. Or some guys are doing that on purpose, and some guys are doing that because they kind of have to, right? Or some guys are doing that because they can't do it enough. But Brunson's brain is never off. Anyway, those types of people, Luka Doncic was the same way. Luka Doncic also a member, like a shower of Moky Doky Syndrome. Are these our main ones? So I'm kind of already going through them. Boredom these kind of all fit together in some weird way. And then 5, supernatural. Supernatural causes. You never know. Basketball gods exist. This is just a sidebar. But people were using the Mavs winning the lottery as a way of see, basketball gods don't exist. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What god of any god that's ever been a god has done what you wanted the whole time, bro? What do you mean? Doesn't that sound exactly like something the basketball gods would have a part of? You can get fucked. They're gods. They don't give a shit. Just because you think it's unfair that Nico Harrison, who's obviously so stupid, Nico Harrison's so stupid that he obviously is a douche, all of these things, he's so dumb that he must deserve punishment. So when he gets a reward, it's like proof that the gods aren't there, because the gods would give people what they deserve, which is a bonkers thing to care about, or expect, I should say, to think about when you think about gods. You're talking about gods, the basketball gods. You want to say the basketball science ain't real. That's what you should be saying. The basketball science isn't real. It's not real. And you're right. In so much as you're right when you say the basketball gods aren't real. Because they're the same thing. But anyway, that's what I'm going to write this down. Basketball science. No. Science is always there, so basketball science can't be not real. That's its strength. You can't argue that it's real. You can argue that gods aren't real. You can.